All right, here is the speed run of Bushland Adventures, which is one of the semifinal cases from the 2025 Excel World Championship. Start with here, I need to filter the pack for the number of hours. Right, so to pick out the number of hours, I'm going to do text before the space times 1. Will not use my usual only numbers lambda because of the decimal point. And then this stuff is text before the space again times 1 again because it's decimal points. I can't just pull out the digits, right? So now this is filter the number of grams by the number of hours. I'm going to keep all this locked. And I'm going to put in this is less than or equal to that. No, that's wrong. It's greater than or equal to that. Yep. Now, sum of that is level 1. Now, level 2 is text before the K, text before the K times 1. Now I need the speed, which I can look up right here. All right, so that's distance, speed, and time is distance over speed. Got to convert to hours, rounded to the nearest hour, like that. All right. This is the combining levels 1 and 2, basically, right? So I just take this here. This is the grams. This is new speed. So the formula for the new speed is 1 minus grams over 10,000 times the previous speed. Then the new time, of course, is the distance divided by the new speed. So actually it's just the speed we're asking for here, right? So it is this times 1,000, that, speed in meters per second. All right, now we're gonna take a second and just use the map, right? So I gotta take this here and then my fill color macro will do the rest, and I can make a named range so I don't have to look at it. Again, terrain. And over here, topo is going to be 1, 0, 200, 400, 600, 800, and fill color. And give it a named range of topo. All right, so now I will use xTextSplit to see the addresses, and then address lookup on terrain, all of these, and now this is just like a how many rocks are there, right? So count if in this range, this terrain. Let's do that. Now this has the same thing for here, but then after that it becomes the previous level, right? Which is just this stuff. The distance is now just, it's just 0.5 for everything, so I'm not even going to write it down. The speed is based on looking up that whole array. So look up that whole array. Time is the distance over the speed array. Distance always half a kilometer. The grams, right, is based on the total time. And then the new speed and the new time is based on, well, this has got to be the whole array now, right? Yeah. And then the new time is, again, is 0.5 divided by this whole array. Now it's round sum of this times 60 minutes in an hour, rounded to 0 digits. Nope, that's not right. Oh, this is a one. Wait, what did I just? Oh, this is still level 4. Did I do level 4? And then I went back to it by mistake? Yeah. All right, I'm supposed to be on level 5. All right, so this is going to go over here to level 5. Now we will do the round the sum of this times 60, sum of this times 60 rounded to the 0. Boom. But something is getting hard-coded. Text split that. E1. And then something getting, yeah, it's still looking up on L4. Don't do that. Don't look up on L4. Yeah, how about now? All right, 4 and 5 are both correct. Now we do 6. So 6 is the same, except instead of figuring out the time at this point, we got to do it based on topography. So what? Topography, the next topography, the new speed, and then the new time. So I've already got new speed, so this is the new speed. All right, so the topo then is address lookup of topo on this array. Next topo is shift array, this going in the up direction, filling in by one step, filling in with in A. So fill in like this bottom one gets the NA. And then the speed is there's what? There's a speed bonus and a time penalty. So if the next, oh no, so ifs, first of all, if the next one is in A, then just carry over the speed. If the next one is less than the previous one, that means you're going downhill, so you get a speed bonus. So it's the original speed times 1.25, or no, times 1.5. Otherwise, it's just the original speed, which is here. That's the new speed, and the new time starts out being the distance, which is 0.5, divided by the new speed. That's a starting point, plus maybe a penalty. So ifs this topo is in A, then no penalty. If it is greater than the previous one, that means you're going uphill, so a 0.25 hour penalty, otherwise no penalty. And the sum of this whole thing, round 60 times that, rounded to 0 places, is the number of minutes. This 116 is because there's an extra semicolon there. Fastest way to deal with it is just to do that and get rid of it. There's other ways to deal with it, but I think that's the fastest. And then finally, level 7 is the same. We just got to go on a little trip. All right, so text before k times 1 to get the number of kilometers, and let's just make it divided by 0.5, right? That's the number of cells. Direction, I've got an arrow lambda that'll just give me the direction. then I've got this arrow trip lambda that goes on a trip. So on the range terrain, starting from that cell, going in that direction, and there's no stopper. I have to manually tell it the number. I have to do a take to tell it when to stop. So you stop after 19 rows and 2 columns. And that's it. All right, the rest of this is just adapting this, right? For a while, this has got to be choose calls here too. And then this is choose calls of this one, right? Because we're looking up the topos, and that's it for level 7. All right. 1,000 points so far. Snow cells is terrain equals snow times topo equals 800. And that just gets summed up, right? So those two maths, multiply them, sum them up. 62, hike every cell, so XLOOKUP terrain on the terrain speed table. So do that. Now I've got all the speeds, which I take the distance divided by all the speeds will give me all the times, and then sum that up and round to the nearest 0 hour, and it's done. Weights, all the packs in level 3, that's just literally right there. So highlight these, and I see a 63,000 even. How many rocks are unhiked in level 4, right? So equals filter the addresses, right? Based on this being a ROCK rock. That's mixed parentheses, mixed quotation marks. And I'll do save array just to put these all in one array. And this gives me all the used up ones, right? So this, let's get rid of these here, and load array. We'll put it in a row to row load array. So those are all the hiked rock cells. Here are all the rock cells. So exists in this whole array locked this here. So now I just need to find how many rock cells are there with 0. So I filter for rock and I filter for 0, and then in the bar it tells me 244 records selected. And where do we visit all the terrains, or all except for one in level 5, right? So here are the terrains. So I'm going to use my set equals set difference lambda. So from this set here minus this set here, oh no, other way around. Other way around. This set here is the big one, minus this set here, and see what's left. All right, so I need to know the number of rows in order to identify the one that has only 1, right? And I see it's this last one, so I go to level 100 and get rid of the count, right? And I see that it's the forest, so that makes the answer 100. F, stop the clock. Thanks for watching.